but we're not done yet. We'll call this overtime.
Overtime?
Overtime. The play-in tournament. We spoke about it a little bit. Y'all lucky the Bulls ain't in it because you know what I'm saying. If we came in and we made it to the play-in tournament, y'all won't see none of us, neither one of y'all teams. So y'all lucky we not in it. But I want to get y'all thoughts on the play-in tournament and what you think about it. So we're not gonna do the clock. Just don't go talking forever. But Ramel, what do you think? What do you think about the play-in tournament?
I love it. It gives teams like Washington that suffered through the first part of the season gel and got together, and it gave them time to like get right. It stopped. It didn't stop tanking, but it slowed it down. Right now, there's more teams to compete. Right, it gave teams time to gel, and it just made basketball more fun. It made all of us scoreboard watch what other team is in it. Do we got to worry about them? Right? Do we got to know about them? Like it gave teams more hope. And at the end of the day, that's what you need. You need a little hope. You need the fans to have hope. Like, yo, now there's 10 teams. Yo, let's get this shit together. Let's start building right. Right? Like the Bulls. You know.
we was right there. We was right there. Pete, what you think? Play-in tournament. What you think about it?
I love it. I think, like Ramel said, it definitely it curtailed the tanking a lot to me. Because if you think about it in years past, you always knew, yo, this team is tanking, this team is tanking, this team is tanking. To be honest, this year you didn't really see that. Everybody was still fighting. People were making trades at the deadline to try to improve their team. Like, yo, if this was last year, the Bulls don't make that trade. The Bulls don't try to get Vukovic now to try to get into the play-in tournament. They just like, yo, let's just cut our losses, try to get into the lottery. So I think I know a lot of the team, the guys who, like LeBron and Luka have been talking about, oh, it's not good or whatever, but they only saying that because they're in it. You know what I'm saying? When they wasn't in it last year, nobody was saying nothing about the play-in tournament. You know what I'm saying? And even Portland, if you listen to the J. Cole album today, you heard Dame's interview on the interlude, and he's like, yo, they gave us a chance to get here, and that's what we're trying to do. We in here, now we're going to try to win it. And that's exactly what you want. You don't want the teams to be, at the beginning of the year, you already know that your team is tanking and they ain't even trying to make it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not good for basketball. Like, what the 76ers did, it was terrible.
LeBron wanted it last year. Now all of a sudden, like, come on.
But he in it now, so he got a chance to not make it. And he saw how his team was going down, so he like, nah, they need to be fired. Come on, man.
And your neck is on that noose. Now
it's a whole different story, man.
Lou, what's your thoughts on the play-in tournament?
I like it. I think it's good for NBA. I think it's a little different. Teams, it doesn't curtail tanking too much. One, pandemic caused a lot of players in college to step out and not showcase what they got. So teams are hesitant to draft players or to tank because you don't know who's who. Two, the lottery has been so up and down where if you got that top percentage pick, you're not guaranteed it anymore. That whole 14-14 split between those two teams has curtailed that a lot. But I love the play-in tournament. I think it gives teams something to fight for, something to build upon. And you can always catch lightning in the bottle. Last year it was Phoenix who went undefeated in the bubble. And look at them now this year, almost the number one seed in the NBA. So great for basketball. I would love to see it come back again next year. Let's see how it goes. If we get that hungry Washington Wizards team that fights his way to the 8th seed and plays, a Sixers and takes them to the limit, I think the NBA can continue to rock with it.
Jared, what's your thoughts on the play-in tournament?
I think it's great. It's for the same echoing the same reasons as everybody else. One, I think it's going to continue because revenue matters, and that's the NBA is going to do it for anyone. LeBron, well, when Luka bitched about it, that was back in December, so I'll give him that because I think at that time KP, or sorry Knicks fan, I know y'all hate that to hear that name, but that was at the time when KP was injured and Dallas wasn't doing so well to start with. So
the time
I know Luka was worried about being one of those plans, or was worried about being in that kind of thing, and he didn't want to fight for a seeding like that. As for LeBron, that was very much recent, and that only happened when this team dipped below the 6th seed. So, or was about to dip below the 6th seed. I think it's great for the fan bases of those teams who get to see their team at least compete for something. The five teams that don't make it, especially the bottom feeders, like they can tank this whatever, but if you're in that upper bottom tier, I don't know how you want to say it, at least those teams can duke it out, and try to find who's going to be 9 or 10 and try to at least have some kind of hope. You may get swept in the first round against the number 1 seed or number 2 seed, but at least you put on a show enough to try to get there. And that's honestly what any team wants to do, is have a chance. Whether you lose it or not, it's having a chance of being there. And especially if you're like one of those, like the lower 7 to 10 teams, that's what you need. You want to see what it feels like to be in the playoffs.
Double OT. Is Steph the greatest shooter of all time?
Yes.
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 Hands
down. Yes.
We need to go.
Hands down. But
yeah. It's not debatable.
Like, yeah, I know people like to bring up like Ray Allen or whatever. Like, Steph changed the game, man. Okay. Steph got kids out here in the park shooting from half court.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he revolutionized the game of basketball with 3-point shots.
Yeah, y'all think Klay Thompson couldn't do that if he wasn't on the same team as Steph?
Nah,
Klay's a different shooter though.
Yeah.
Clay got to be in his spots.
Right, he's spotted. He's straight spotted.
Yeah. Steph is from anywhere. It don't matter.
And that's the thing too, because like people try to make it seem like he's just a shooter, but like Steph probably got the second best handles in the NBA after Kyrie. And finishing around the rim.
Yeah.
He makes some crazy finishes at the rim, for a guy his size.
He just he knows how to build his body. Yeah, his hops is low.
Yeah, he got to get that bounce pass.
Those ankle braces. They're weighted a little bit.
He's all upper body. That's why he can shoot from so far, because he's shoulders and like core and chest. He can shoot. Yeah. Like the whole court is a jump shot to him. He don't need to lunge and throw it up there. He's just jumping like everywhere. So
it's just crazy because his shot don't change no matter if he's shooting from the half court.
That's how strong he is.
If he's shooting from the corner, he don't jump crazy high.
I don't want to talk about Steph no more. Could have been a Nick.
All right, so triple OT. Last question. Triple overtime. Triple double. Westbrook. Is it a big deal or is it overrated? Broke the record. Oscar Robertson's Big O's record. Big deal or overrated?
I think it's a big deal. One, because I don't think we'll ever see a player do it at the level he does it ever again, because it's gonna be difficult. The way teams defend, the way the ball moves around. Honestly, I think Westbrook is having the best season he's had in the last 2.5 years, and it's only been half a season with Washington. So, I love the hype around it. I mean, it's something that should be celebrated. You got Jason Kidd that was a triple-double king before that, and it wasn't celebrated enough. It was just, Jason Kidd got another triple-double, woohoo. Now we're seeing it to the point where, damn, like triple-double is hard to get. Like LeBron was getting them for a while, but that's curtailed off. But Westbrook at his age, still putting up triple-doubles on a consistent and impactful. I mean, he got the Wizards in the fucking playing tournament. Insane.
And they were the last game a month ago.
Yeah, they was horrible. They was bad. They was just all kinds of bad.
Right. So nobody want to go to Washington.
Yeah. Pete, I see your face.
You know what it is? I think it's good and bad. Like what he's doing now, I'll give him credit for those because it's conducive to winning. Mm-hmm. If you remember when he was in OKC getting all those triple doubles, a lot of the time, he never went out of the first round.
But I think it was the same thing. He just didn't have a Beal with him.
Right, but that's what I mean. Like a lot of times you can get those triple doubles.
We have Paul George. I'm saying, you had a star. Kawhi got Paul George. Kawhi got Paul George, and he went to the second round.
What did they do last?
I mean, they didn't do shit.
Bradley Beal face.
Yeah, exactly.
You cannot say that with a straight face. Jared
said that with pride too. He got Paul George. Like
Paul George, right?
Jared, you want Paul George on your team? You want Paul George on your team?
Oh,
I want him on my team?
Look. Jeremy so shocked like he froze his ass. His ass is frozen right now. Look. That nigga's Wi-Fi didn't even agree with him right now.
Yo, son. Nah, but yo, like it in the before, like, because even if you look at it too, but even, like what Lou said, he got 2. Oh wow, son.
That's why my computer died.
Nah, but like Lou was saying with the as far as like Kid being a triple double machine, yo, Kid was a triple double. He got a lot of triple doubles, yeah, but like Harden in the short time that he was on the Nets is already only 1 or 2 behind. It's very close to behind Kid on the Nets for triple doubles. And I feel like nowadays it just seems like it's so much easier to get the triple doubles because of
the time,
the way guys play through certain players. Like before, your point guard was just a point guard, so all he was mainly doing was he was just trying to get the ball and get the assist going. Your bigs is the ones that got you the rebounds, and your point guard was just supposed to be your assist man. But the way everything is now is you running everything through your main player. So you got Harden, you running your offense through Harden. Harden's getting you rebounds, and he's doing your assists. Luka's the same thing. You running everything straight through him. It's not like back in the day where your point guard didn't really need to score. So
you gotta remember that week that Michael Jordan averaged triple double, like a whole week straight. Y'all remember that?
Why you always trying to bring it?
I'm saying.
You talking about Knicks and that? Nah, I'm playing. But yeah, that's my only thing with it. Is it just seems like it's easier. I feel like it's easier now to do to get the triple doubles because it seems like everybody everywhere is getting triple doubles. You know what I'm saying? So everybody got to play on the team that's getting triple doubles all the time. It seems like for the most part. So it just seems like to me it's a little bit easier now than it was back in the day. And if you're doing it and it's not conducive to winning, like how much does that really matter?
Jared, what do you think? Is it easy?
I will say, go on, bro.
We're also playing in a different era with time clock. You got 2 seconds up quicker that you got to get the ball up. You get a lower shot clock on a rebound. It's 14, not 24. You got teams at a higher pace. You got Steph shooting from God knows what, right? You got players Euro stepping off an assist, but you got like 4 steps before they lay up the ball.
Gather step.
So, yeah, all right. That hard.
Right.
Yeah, that. Yeah, okay. But you know the stats. This game is stat oriented because there's money to be made off of this. All this gambling, all this betting, all this parlay. The NBA is capping off of this. They taking in that income, so they want more statistics.
Yeah.
You got players getting assists and rebounds after the game. Like we grew up in an era where, yo, if you made a rebound that they didn't like, they taking that away. But now that you got gambling, you got all of this that the NBA makes money off of, they actually want those statistics more. They speeding up the pace of the game because they want that. They calling fouls that you're like, what? To send players to what?
Last
like
night,
that ain't ever open.
Last night's game.
Jared, what's your thoughts?
Well, for me, I'll give him credit where credit is due. He's doing his role, he's doing his job, and he's doing it well. Passing the big O, that's an accomplishment. And that I think that's something to be proud about. Especially if you're winning like 75% of your games, I think that's pretty good. It means that you are trying to, you're not doing that just to stat pad, you're doing it because you feel that you need to do that to win. But at the same time, it's just that's his role. His role is to generate the offense. And he's a great floor visionary. And I guess he's a good floor general because he's setting up players in the right spots. He's making Bill's job a hell of a lot easier because Bill last year was looking very much out of it. Like he was looking for help, and he got help with Russ. Russ makes his job a lot easier. So, but that's just his role. His role is to rebound the ball. His role is to get the ball up as quick as he can, and he puts a lot of pressure on the defense because he will charge full steam at that hoop. And when that happens, the defense has to, go to him. And with that, he leaves open up, everybody else, gets open. He may not be the best shooter, on the team, or even the second best shooter on the team. But, when he does make those perimeter shots, now you have another, layer to people have to, account to that. And that goes to his scoring. So, rebounds and assists, it's because he's a bull out there. No pull intended to the only Bulls fan here. But he's full steam ahead. And that's kind of different than how we see the rings, bro. We see the rings. But it's a testament to the roles that you play, because Jokic does the same thing too. He sets the offense, he gets the rebound. Russell does.
Trying to cut you off, Jared, because time's running short. But I think the biggest difference, I think, like Pete said, is the style of the game now, and you got big men shooting jumpers. So when the big man is out there, even your big man has to guard out there. Now guard has a chance to get a rebound, so he's is switching, and he's taking advantage of that. And I think it's a big deal because he wants to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, a lot of people can do it. He wants to do it, and he does it. And I think that's the biggest thing about it.